for sustainable innovation and a global warrior against racism. He holds a PhD in innovation sciences, MSc in mechanical engineering and robotics, and BSc in mechanical engineering from leading accredited universities in the Netherlands. He brings over 30 years of experience in disruptive innovation, holistic and authentic design thinking, and change management. He has authored 25 books in many languages, published by leading international publishers like John Wiley McGraw-Hill, Springer. One of his books was published in 20 languages and is forwarded by Harvard Business School innovation professor Dorothy Linord. His paper, The Links Between Individual Learning, Collective Learning, and Ethics, in the peer-reviewed international journal Training and Management Development Methods, was awarded the most outstanding paper for training and management development method in 2003. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. With these words, I would like to welcome Dr. Hubert Ramprasad onto the platform to inspire us with his words. Sir, please.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Good day there in India. Um, First of all, I'm very happy to address this closing session. And I enjoyed the previous sessions that were very technical. I want to focus. I have only for 15 minutes, so I will focus on just three important things. And that is one is uh, digital transformation and developing a new future for business and industry requires new skills. And that is very important. Otherwise, digital transformation will fail. Secondly, um, you need to develop uh, all these things based on sustainability. It must be sustainable, especially in the COVID-19 era. If your system, your implementations are not sustainable, it will fail. And then we have uh, the third item I would like to stress on is you need a new way of thinking, which I call authentic and holistic design thinking. These three things are very critical, essential for the successful implementation of digital transformation. Otherwise, it will fail. And again, how will you develop a new world, new industry, if it is not sustainable? You need new skills, you need new design thinking, you need a new way of developing new ideas. That is the three items I'd like to discuss today with based with some using some slides, if you don't mind. Let me share my screen with you. Um, just a moment. Yes. And
I request you to please disable annotation, sir.
yes, just a moment. Uh, this enable annotation is already disabled. Okay. Uh, so can you put me only on the right side of the screen so that people can focus on my presentation and also see me? Okay. So I would like to refer to this statement, this quote, and it fits very well to this important session of today, the important topic of today. And that is related to my point. You need new skills. Artificial intelligence and digital transformation are the next wave of innovation, which enable us to work smarter and better and faster. You need to keep up with digital transformation based on personal innovation. If you are not innovative, you will not keep up with artificial intelligence and digital transformation because machines and robots cannot replace human intelligence and thinking and creativity, especially empathy. So that's why we should not forget the new skills we need. And that is what I would like to stress today, because that is exactly what I have been done in the past 20 years based on my books. My new book is about design thinking, authentic and holistic design thinking, that focus on this. It focus on sustainability. We need sustainability, otherwise forget it. Sustainability in innovation, sustainability in design, all these things you can read on internet. I have published many articles. So you can click on the links on the articles and you will find all these uh, publications. So sustainability and innovation, sustainability and design. I have developed a new design thinking model. I would like to elaborate on that briefly. But also sustainability in HR, because we focus only on hiring and firing and bureaucratic procedures. Sustainability and leadership. The basis of leadership is personal integrity. So it is also very important to focus on sustainability and leadership and HR, but also in diversity and inclusion and in good governance. Look, so much corruption. And last but not least, sustainability in higher management education. Look what is happening globally. Corruption, the police brutality, racism, all these things. So we need to change our educational programs also. Otherwise, you will not develop, you are not able to design a new future of industry and business sustainably, especially in the new COVID era. So as I told you, we need a new thinking. Remember what Einstein said, we cannot solve the problems, which I call shit, with the same thinking when we created this shit. So we need a new way of thinking, otherwise it will not sustain. So that is the topic of my book, my latest book on authentic and holistic design thinking. Here you can see on this picture, what is the difference between the current way of thinking, which I call the business thinking, and the authentic design thinking. I will not discuss that in detail because I don't have so much time today. But the main thing is we should balance the left side of your brain with the right side of your brain. That's important. And focus on emotional intelligence, because emotional intelligence is more important than knowledge. So this chart shows you what the difference is between the new way of thinking and the old-fashioned thinking. Again, you need to keep up with digital transformation, and you will never keep up if you forget the new skills. Because I have seen many implementations globally fail because we focus too much or mainly on the technology. And again, remember the first slide I showed you. Robots and machines cannot replace humans. They cannot replace emotional intelligence, empathy, creativity of humans. So that is the new way of thinking. I also told you, let me elaborate briefly on some of the items which I have developed, such as sustainable innovation. What is sustainable innovation? It starts with personal innovation. Personal innovation, that is, it is unleashing your creative potential, creating new opportunities uh, to disrupt your existing target markets and lead to, it helps you to make a social impact. Uh, then you have corporate innovation, it's application of new knowledge in new products and services and uh, procedures. And then you have social innovation. Now, that is to make an impact in civil society. So these three innovations are interrelated. And we forget that. We focus only mainly on corporate innovation or social innovation, but all innovations start with self-innovation, with personal innovation. And we forget that. I also told you there must be a new way of design. The current way of designing digital transformation systems, products, and services is outdated. The models from Harvard and Stanford and MIT, we forget the personal innovation. How will you make your customer happy if your designers are not happy and smart and creative and integer? So in my design thinking model, I start with personal disruptive innovation and personal integrity, in which also imagination is embedded. Remember, it's about the new way of thinking, and it's all about embedding imagination in the design process, in the way of thinking, aligning your left side with the right side of your brain. Remember what Einstein said: the true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. That means imagination. Let me show you how I uh, coach and help executives and employees to become imaginative, to become more creative, how they can develop their resilience, how can they develop their personal integrity. Briefly, okay, I have 10 more minutes. Briefly, look, again, in my design thinking concept, it starts with personal disruptive innovation. By the way, you don't need to make notes because you will get all the articles I have published on this on LinkedIn. So if you go to LinkedIn, connect with me, you can find all these articles. Okay. So this design thinking model is very important. It starts with personal disruptive innovation because I'm talking about sustainable personal innovation and sustainable leadership. Remember, leaders are making a mess of this all. They you need to help them. They destroy the implementation process. So you need to start also with leaders. Okay. And personal innovation is the start of all innovations. And I want to share this quote with you. We need to understand, we need to focus on sustainability. Sustainability is related to authenticity and self-knowledge. All knowledge starts with self-knowledge. All learning starts with self-learning, and all innovation starts with self-innovation, which I call personal innovation. And it must, if it is sustainable, if you start with the personal innovation, you will develop empathy because empathy is related to personal integrity. I know it sounds very complex, but it's very simple. I will explain it to you now. Look, this is the 4 steps I have developed to become resilient. And now in the COVID-19 era, resilience is very important, just like creativity, personal integrity, resilient, imaginative. Now, I will not discuss that because I don't have too much time today, but it starts with personal ambition. This is a model I published about 15 years ago, no, 10 years ago in my book, Authentic Personal Branding. So I will not discuss that in detail, but I will just want to show you this model, how I develop, I help employees and leaders to become resilient, how to become imaginative, creative, you know. So it starts with personal ambition. It's your dreams and your values. Okay, make it concrete. Write it down using breathing and silence exercises. Okay, then transform that in your personal design thinking brand, and then translate that into your personal strategy, personal innovation strategy. And then last step is you need to implement that based on a learning cycle I have developed. Plan, deploy, act, challenge. Now, these elements I will not discuss. in detail, but I want to elaborate briefly on just some of these elements. The next step is integrity, personal integrity, because the future of industry, the future of business requires empathy, and empathy is related to personal integrity. Do not forget that, because it is the single most important quality of leaders in the 21st century. That is personal integrity. Uh, Otherwise, forget digital transformation and uh, 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 developing the new future of business. How do you develop personal integrity? It's about alignment with yourself. That is a methodology I have launched in my book, which you can also read in my articles. Okay, the difference between personal integrity and the truth. This is here because personal integrity is more important than telling the truth. Okay, now it is about the alignment, the match between your personal ambition and your behavior. That is what I call the personal integrity. It is this, it is finding harmony between your personal ambition. That's the first step in that cycle. Harmonizing it, finding harmony between your personal ambition and your way of acting so that you don't come in conflict with your conscience. You see, it's a spiritual process. Okay, otherwise it's not sustainable. Now, uh, I link that in my new book, which I published a few years ago, Authentic Governance. There's too much corruption. So there must be also uh, sustainability in corporate governance, in good governance. You can have a nice digital transformation system implemented in your company, but there is a lot. If there is a lot of corruption, uh, cheating, and lying, it will not be sustainable. You got it? How will you develop a future of business, a future of industry successfully if there is so much lying and cheating and corruption in the company? Now, look what Plato said 340 BC. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Now, you see so many uh, corporate governance rules and guidelines and implemented, but all created more corruption. So why don't we learn from Plato and have a different approach? And that is the approach I included in my book, Authentic Governance. You see, I have been focusing on sustainability in the past 20 years before the COVID era. And now with COVID-19, it suddenly are becoming hot topics, you know. So we are now aware that in order to have a new sustainable world, a better world, you need to start with personal innovation, personal values, you know. So that you can read in my article, Corporate Governance Sucks. Okay. Now we also need to focus on the HR. Look, read this statement, which I wrote about 2 years ago about HR. We need to have a sustainable HR system. The current HR, human resource management system, the traditional HR system, is focused on compensation, hiring and firing, bureaucratical blah 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 things. We need to develop a new culture of innovation to embed digital transformation sustainably, effectively. So I am focused on the culture, a culture of innovation, a culture of ethics, a culture of integrity. So my message of today, my farewell speech, my closing speech of today is that please do not focus on digital information and developing a new future of for industry and business by focusing only on the technology. You need the soft things. You need uh, personal innovation. You need creativity. You need personal integrity. That's why I'm advising universities and higher management education ministries of education to redesign higher management education because it is not sustainable. It created a lot of mess, a lot of problems uh, in the past 50 years. Read my article, How Outdated Management Theories Are Causing Massive Damages in Society. Do not make the same mistakes as we have seen in America. Do not copy everything from America and into India educational system. It must be redesigned, redeveloped, rethink about the new education in management. We need to embed all these new ideas of sustainability in higher management education. Otherwise, you will fail. And the new economy, the new way, the India is focusing on creating a sustainable culture of learning, a sustainable culture of innovation. And without all these things I have just discussed now, if you don't implement that, if you neglect that, it will fail. Digital transformation will fail if you neglect the new soft skills that are needed. Skills like resilience, personal integrity, personal innovation, uh, imagination. All these things we need to focus on before you implement digital transformation. Without that, it will fail. Anyway, I want to keep it short. I want to thank you for this uh, opportunity to share my vision on sustainability and innovation with you. I hope that the business society and the academic world will focus on sustainability. Otherwise, it will be waste of time because otherwise you will not survive in the COVID-19 era. Of course, we will get a vaccine soon, but it will fail. You need to focus also on mainly on the topics I've explained to you. Otherwise, forget it. I wish all the participants of today's session uh, success in the development and implementation of digital transformation. And it is needed. Digital transformation is needed. Okay, it's important. Uh, I wish them success in the development and implementation of digital transformation and developing and launching a new industry. The future of business requires sustainability, and sustainability is linked to authenticity and holistic thinking, a new way of thinking, and integrity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Hubert, for such an interesting and knowledgeable session. And very rightly quoted, people will find a way around the laws. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, but while bad people do. So it's a very interesting quote, and I simply loved it. There is an important announcement. I may kindly request all the participants to please fill out the feedback form, which is being shared by tech support just now in the chat box. And uh, proceeding further with the program, excellence is the gradual result of always striving to do better. And to commiserate the excellence of great academicians and participants from industry, we have Best Paper Award. And I would like to call Dr. Veena Tiwari Nandi ji to kindly declare the best technical paper presentation award for technical session
Ma'am,
1.
Dr. Veena
Ma'am,
Tiwari is
please.
not there. So maybe we can do it ourselves.
Okay, okay, okay. So I would like to announce the best technical paper presentation award for technical session 1 goes to paper influence of brand trust, brand image, and brand parity on purchase intent of product brands among its consumer by Nishant Singh, Bilal Mustafa, and Dr. Anuja Pandey. Congratulations to the winner of technical session 1 paper. I would request tech support to kindly
इनसे
show
बात
the
सजी का क्या?
congratulations. Now, the best technical paper presentation award for technical session 2 goes to paper identifying clusters of mobile app users in NCR by Nirja Arora and Dr. Garima Malik. Congratulations to the winners. May I ask tech support to kindly do the honors? Congratulations once again. The best technical paper presentation award for technical session 3 goes to paper emerging trends and upcoming opportunities in the Indian wealth management sector by Chanchal Mandal. Congratulations. Heartiest congratulations to all the winners. Kindly note certificates to all the paper presenters and participants will be shared with them in a week's time. The
And
capacity to, yeah, yes,
we may
Dr.
proceed
Mithun.
with the launching of next year's conference.
Yes, yes, I'll do that. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice. And at GLBIMR, we believe in making right choices. And to celebrate the spirit of learning, it gives me an immense pleasure to announce the 6th edition of our international conference by unveiling the poster. May I request technical team to do the honors?
नहीं आ रहा
The only way to discover the limits of the possible is to go beyond them into the impossible. Thank you, Dr. Hubert. On behalf of GLBIMR, kindly accept this token of gratitude from our side. I may request tech team for the visuals, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We would, thank
Uh,
you.
Thank you. It's a great experience. It's a great topic of today, and it was my pleasure to share my ideas with you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And to extend our thank you to our technical session chairs and to felicitate, I would request our team support to show the visuals. On behalf of GLBIMR, I may kindly request Dr. R. Srinivasan, Head and Professor, KIT School of Management, Ghaziabad, to please accept our gratitude for sparing his valuable time for us and for chairing the technical session. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us. On behalf of GLBIMR, I may kindly request Professor Dr. Ashutosh Kumar, Head PhD Program Area Chairperson, Marketing Amit University, Gurugram, Haryana, to please accept our gratitude for sparing his valuable time and for chairing the technical session. On behalf of GLBIMR, I may kindly request Dr. Adrina, Professor PhD, University of Crimea, Romania, to please accept our gratitude for sparing her valuable time and for chairing the technical session. On behalf of GLBIMR, I may kindly request Dr. Veena Tiwari Nandiji, Assistant Professor and Program Manager, University of Bachelor and Associated Institution, Majan University College, to please accept this token of thank you. On behalf of GLBIMR, I may kindly request Dr. Meetu Matta, CEO, Stylist, ex-Dean Academics, Lingaya University, to please accept our gratitude for sparing her valuable time and for chairing the technical session. Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of GLBIMR, I may kindly request Dr. Parul Saxena, Head Department of HRM and OB, Sharda University, Greater Noida, to please accept our gratitude for sparing her valuable time and for chairing our technical session. Thank you, ma'am. Kindly accept the small token. On behalf of GLBIMR, I may kindly request Dr. Priya Solomon, Associate Professor, Amity University, Noida, to please accept our gratitude for sparing her valuable time and for chairing our session. Thank you, ma'am. To extend a formal vote of thanks, I may request Professor Dr. Saurabh Mittal to kindly take the platform. So please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for inviting me for delivering this vote of thanks. It is my honor and privilege to be invited for thanking all those esteemed speakers, all those esteemed session chairs, paper presenters, and the lovely audience for making this fifth international conference on digital transformation, Industry 4.0, and future of business a grand success. First of all, I would like to start with thanking our chairman of GL Bajaj Group of Institution, Shri Ramkumar Agrawalji, Vice Chairman Mr. Pankaj Agrawalji, GL Bajaj Group of Institutions, our own director, Professor Dr. Ajay Kumar, who has been a leading force and motivator, and he has been one guiding force for making this conference successful. I would like to thank our inaugural session guest of honor, Shri Vinashil Gautam ji, chief guest of the inaugural session, Shri Anil Swaroop ji. Then in panel discussion, we had Dr. D.K. Batra, Dr. Sanjeeva Dubey, Mr. Ritesh Joseph, Mr. Maheshwar Peri, Mr. Nixon Joseph, Mr. Vineet Suri, and Mr. Dev Kaushik. All these participants and experts from industry and academia, they contributed immensely to the knowledge and the discussions of this international conference. I would like to next thank our session chairs for technical sessions, including Dr. R. Srinivasan, Professor Dr. Ashutosh Kumar, Dr. Adriana, Dr. Veena, Dr. Meetu Matta, Dr. Sena, and Dr. Priya Solomon, who have spared their valuable time and they have chaired the technical sessions and they have given their valuable inputs to the research paper presenters. I would like to give my special thanks to Professor Hubert Rampersad, who has taken a special effort and who has spared his valuable time. For the information of all the attendees, I would like to tell that this morning he has actually got up, I believe, at 5 a.m. And when we started this session, it was 6 a.m. in Miami. So a sincere thank and gratitude to you, Dr. Hubert, for addressing this audience, and we have been benefited with your valuable words. So we will look forward to have longer association with you and invite you in your next visit to India whenever you are coming here. So it will be a great opportunity for all of us to host you in our campus. Next, I would like to congratulate all the Best Paper Award winners who have actually shared their research papers with us, and all the paper contributors who have presented their papers in this conference. So that was the essence, that knowledge creation, that is the essence of any international conference. So your contribution is very, very highly appreciated. And my lovely students from GL Bajaj Institute of Management and Research and other audiences from across the world who have actually participated in conference and they have made it successful. I would assure you all the audience right now that the next conference, I hope after COVID-19, it will be much bigger and we will be organizing it in a physical mode in our campus. So I welcome all the paper contributors and our experts to please attend the next year's conference. The poster of the same has been released just now, and the invitation emails will be sent to you all in due course of time. Thank you for joining us today, and thanks for contributing to make this conference a mega success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Hobart. Thank you, everyone. So should we formally end the session?
Yes,
Thank you
please.
so much for this
So,
nice
manifest.
session. I'm very happy to share my thinking with you, and I hope that we will interact again in future sessions. Thank you so much.
For sure, sir. Please, all the participants to please switch on your camera for one group photograph. Please switch on your camera for group photograph only. All the participants, please. And let us give a thumbs up to Dr. Hubert also. Thank you very much. We look forward to meet you all in the next session, next conference in 2021. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.